Welcome back to your Pig Trail Show. Will Monclair alongside Dudley Dawson for your full Celtics report. I'm just kidding. No, we're not going to do it, but we can do it if we want. It is the best day in the world to be a Dudley or a Will. Celtics in 7. Dudley, I'm going to let you have your moment here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't wait. Looking forward to Monday night. Got to get some rest. Got to get some rest. Stayed up after that. Stayed up after that win. Derek White. Everybody says always block out. They didn't.
Soak it all in. Absolutely soak it all in. I was telling Dudley before we got on, it's these sorts of days as a sports fan, you want to wake up. I got up at 7 a.m., Sports Center, Twitter, Instagram. I'm soaking up all of it. It's the best day of my life, and hopefully it's the best day of our lives tomorrow. But we're going to talk about what we're actually here to talk about, and that is Razorback baseball. The Hogs getting bounced in the semifinals yesterday by Texas A&M. Dudley, the first thing I want is your opinion on the tournament as a whole. Would you view that as a success?
Absolutely. You go down, win two, and there are a lot of people who says the tournament don't matter. I'm not one of those. I think that you need to go down, get some work in, have some success. Obviously they didn't win yesterday, hot Texas A&M team, but I think that while you would have wanted to win the tournament, you can find positives in winning two, coming home, resting, and getting ready for Monday's selection show at 11 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely. That being said, I know there's a lot of Razorback fans, some who were texting me saying we're happy for the extra day of rest. This is the way they wanted it. What were your takeaways, though, from the game from yesterday? Do you think the Hawks could have pulled that out, or what were your thoughts there in the ninth inning?
No, I think that obviously Dave Van Horn made it very clear that his older guys didn't come through. They have for the most of the season, but you had a couple of guys who struck out there with the go-ahead runs on base. So, he was making a point in his post-game press conference. Yes, you would have liked to have won the ball game, and he made sure that he basically stuck it to the older guys. You got to be ready when Friday comes around, when the regional comes around. So every game that you go out and play, you got to play to win. But again, you do it, you move on, and now we move into the important thing, which, obviously they've had success so many times, at this point in Dave Van Horn's 20-year career.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I sit next to Mike Irwin in the office all day, and I think his biggage gripe going into these regionals, I think we're in a very good place going in, but pitching, obviously, somewhat of a concern. How do you feel about pitching?
Well, the Gage Wood thing, I mean, love the kid.
Yeah.
I think he's done great. It's going to be how they use him, in this regional. I do believe that he's going to be more comfortable at home. His struggles have happened at Nashville and in Hoover. Was there for both of them. I think he'll get himself right, but it's going to be a tough decision because you're in a game now. It's survive and advance, or you go home, or you stay home, I guess would be the thing, because they're going to get a regional and super regional. They're going to be a national seed. But, that's the big thing, I think, going in. I do think that they did a really good job at getting a lot of people in there to pitch. Zach Morris is back. The Zach attack is back. And they've gotten Will McIntyre, who he can now go. Basically, they always seem to have a couple of guys who can do the starter and relief role, or at least go twice. Will McIntyre is now in that role. Brady Tigert threw 64 pitches yesterday, 32 strikes, 32 balls. That was strange. But I think they're lined up and ready to go now. It's going to be interesting to see who the number 4 seed is. Coach Van Horn has mentioned this a couple of times, and basically he's saying if the number 4 seed is not a good team, we're not going to throw our best guy out there at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when it comes to bats, there's one that I'm not worried about, and that's Kendall Diggs. I'm not saying I'm extremely worried about the others, but I think there are still some question marks that this team needs to answer. How do you feel about the bats?
Well, yesterday the top of the lineup went 3 for 13. The 6 to 9 went 7 for 14. You would have guessed that. And he made a point of it after the game that his top of the lineup has got to get going. You can't depend on the bottom of the lineup. I mean, I can't even believe I'm saying that. But John Bolton came through. I mean, there have been so many people trying to toss John Bolton away. because of him being under the Mendoza line. But he came through with a big hit yesterday, and then the top of the lineup didn't get it done. I think they'll get right playing at home at Baum-Walker Stadium, where I think they're 34-4, something like that. Is going to fit well for all these guys. But yes, you've got to have 1 through 9 hitting if you're going to make it to the College World Series.
Yeah. Dudley, how long have you been covering this team?
40 years.
Have
I'm,
you? Do you
I'm an
think?
old.
Do you
I'm an
think?
old.
Very simple question. Do you think this is the year?
No, I do
Okay.
not believe that pitching. I'm just going to be honest about it. I do not believe
No,
that.
we were looking for honest answers there.
Yeah, I do not believe they have enough pitching to get all the way. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I was sitting there when the ball dropped. And that was the closest they got. If they can do it, it will be his greatest managing job ever. And just the back of the bullpen proved me wrong.
Absolutely, Dudley. We appreciate your time. Celtics in 7. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to head to break. More Pig Trail after this.